Hello and welcome to another episode, another Wisdom Wednesday. This is a very special Wisdom Wednesday because we're going to be talking about social media. And we've covered this before, and I spoke about how, don't focus on social media, focus on, your real life first. But, I understand the contradiction there, me telling you this on social media. And I want to, really just get more specific on, what I was really trying to say, and also, giving you guys some, the insight on why I use social media currently, because I feel like that'll help, give you guys perspective on how you could use social media to benefit you in your own life, because social media is here, right? And that's something that I had to learn. So a little backstory: about 2-3 years ago, I guess about like 4 years ago now, back in like 2018 to like 2019, I was completely like off social media. Like I blacked out, deleted all my social media profiles, and I just got off of it. Like I was like, I'm done. And that was it. So about 2 years, 2.5 years, I was completely off social media. Decided to get back on social media to share my story and my journey, with real estate wholesaling and entrepreneurship, because it's very unique. So being able to share my journey to help you guys out. So that's was my motivation to get back on social media. As time has progressed, I have it's transforming into other things as far as me growing my brand, and I realize even more the opportunity, and I'm realizing how to take advantage of it. So what I'm really just recognizing is that I feel like social media in the next 20 years, since we don't know exactly, what it is, when it comes to it being around for a long time. Like I look at this as equivalent to, the era of, the gold rush and all those type of things where, there was this big change in society, generational opportunity that people either took advantage of and it worked out, or they, tried and it didn't work out, but at least they tried, either way. I feel like that's what social media is currently for us. And, there's people who's already recognized that and they're taking advantage of it. And there's also people that are on the other side, right? Because what gives social media this power and what gives social media so much, influence is the people that don't recognize the opportunity. And that's just the reality of it, right? The people that are on social media 8 hours a day, a third of their day spent on social media, browsing the web, doing whatever, just for fun. And, that right there, it gives, content creators, ad revenue and a whole bunch of, being able to build a brand and all kind of stuff. So that being said, what I feel like will happen 20 years from now is people are going to look back, and see you're either going to have a virtual album, a virtual photo album. So instead of there, being a photo album like how there is, now, right? So like right now you got a photo album, you go back to your parents' house, they're going to show you pictures of yourself when you were young, right? So instead of it being like that, I feel like, that's what social media is going to be. And that's what it's already has become for so many people, right? So even when you pass away, you can look back on somebody, the social media, you can see what their life was, right, when they were alive. So that being said, I feel like that's what social media just will continue to become for the people who do not recognize the opportunity, right? There's also going to be some people that recognize the opportunity. And then for those people, it's something that you can look back 20 years from now and they grow their brand, right? So you can either be, at dinner with your grandkids, you'll be showing them like, yeah, this is the vacation I went on 20 years ago. This is the Christmas that we had 20 years ago, all of this on social media. Or you'll be able to show them, this is where I started with this brand and this is where it's grown into now. And this is why we live in the way we live in based off things I did 20 years ago. It's still putting food on the table today. So that's what I recognize social media, the opportunity of social media as. And another thing with that makes me, kind of recognize the opportunity is with social media, guys, you can use it, like I said, as something that you just display in your personal life for, for your own personal reason. I don't know why, but I look at it like, all of us, our personal lives are really interesting because it's our individual perspective. And us, our individual perspective is creative within itself. So you can give people, access to that for, free, quote unquote, or just for the entertainment of yourself, of knowing that other people can watch you do things in your life. I don't know. That's personal preference, whatever. If you think that that's cool, do you. But, I feel like that it should be something where you really like, you recognize the opportunity to take advantage of that, right? So I feel like, well, I know with my personal approach with social media, to give you my perspective, I look at it like once you see me start sharing things on my personal day-to-day life and things like that, you're going to know that I'm in a different phase of my plan. And the plan of that is to show you guys, to be more personable with you guys. But just know that nonetheless, there's a plan behind it other than, me just showing you what I ate for breakfast, right? Like for you, like that's cool if you like to do that, right? But for me, I feel like that's something that it's a privilege for you guys to know what I ate for breakfast, right? That's not something you just deserve to know, especially if I don't know you. Like, I don't care if you know what I ate for breakfast. I don't care if you know the vacations I went on. Well, I don't know you like that, right? I'm here for purely informative purposes. So me being here for informative purposes and being able to, share a slice of myself with you guys, I have so many opportunities to share so much more of my life with you guys. And guess what? Once I start sharing those things, you're going to be interested, right? You're going to be interested because right now I'm giving you just a slice, right? So then you're going to want to know the layers of me, right? You're going to want to know more about me, more about the brand, more about things as I continue to grow myself, right? In different areas. And when I create more content, you won't deny good content. And the only reason you even figured out about me is because I've created informative content. There's different phases to my plan. And I feel like you should recognize that there's really no other option if you really think about it, like, but to create a plan and figure out something. Because if you don't create a plan, you're going to spend every day figuring out, like, what should I do, right? What should I do? And how do I make something happen? And if you're just thinking about that every day, then, you're going to be in a bad position. You're going to be in a really bad position. And I can, really feel that I can feel that energy because I understand what it's like to feel like, I understand what it's like to, I had a brief period in my life where, I really didn't know what I was going to do, right? There was a brief period in my life where I really felt like I didn't know what I was going to do because I was out of love with football. I didn't understand myself beyond football, beyond being an entrepreneur, beyond being an athlete. So me not understanding myself beyond that, there was a period of my life where I was kind of, wavering. And I tell you what, that was about, 6 months or something, but I can't imagine it going any longer than that. So what I'm telling you is you always have control, right? If you feel like you don't, you do. And this all just correlates back to you have control as well, even with social media. I know a lot of people, if you were like me, I was a person like, man, I don't need social media. Like, I'm focused in my life. I'm focused on if you're on that side of the scale, because that's where I was at. I didn't need social media. I was fine doing wholesale real estate in real life. Like, I really was doing this. I really didn't need to tell y'all what I was doing, but I looked at the opportunity there for me to, inform people and also to grow my brand in a whole different avenue. I'm like, wait, this is for me to grow in a whole different way. Let me go ahead and take advantage of this, get back on there with a purpose versus me getting back on there again just to tell you what I ate for breakfast for no reason. Once I'm at that phase of the plan, you're gonna be like, man, what is this guy cooking up? Because he told me there was something coming when when I know what he ate for breakfast, all right? So just know when you know what I ate for breakfast, there's a whole nother thing happening, all right? All right, guys, as always, keep your heart in it, and you know what we're rocking. You know what it is. Who Dey. As always, get to stepping.